Hello and welcome to another Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix. Yes. Yeah, we'll do that bit later, maybe. Because I'd have to steal that every time, right? But what I want to do now is talk to people I haven't talked to before, and also... Okay, who... You're the,
For Malleolus for a free drink at my tavern.
Oh, no, wait, you're not the priestess.
Ah, you're here. I'm so glad you decided to visit. I'm Aurelia.
She got angry because I went upstairs, I guess.
I hope I'm not being too forward, but the moment I laid eyes on you, I was intrigued. There's a light in your eyes I've never seen before. A certain learning and sophistication.
Oh, stop it. No, please, go on. I know you're a horrible person. Yeah, let's just see where it
Coming on
goes.
a bit strong, don't you think? I take back what I said. Suddenly, I don't find you so intriguing anymore. Let's just forget that ever happened, so we can at least do business. So, what brings you to my tavern?
Okay, stroke out.
Ugh, let it go. Nothing's going to happen between us. You know, normally, I'd expect you to buy me a drink before asking if I want to get out of here. Straight to business, huh? I can work with that. As a matter of fact, I do know a way out. I'm happy to tell you all about it, but this is valuable information we're talking about, and I don't just give it out like some cheap oracle. So, how badly do you want it? Is it worth, say, 1,000 denarii to you?
Good question.
Simple. It's a one-way trip, and I'm not ready to go just yet. I like my life here. One day, maybe, but not now. Ha! It's hardly my fault if people misunderstand the terms of a deal. I mean, it does say, "Let the buyer beware," right outside my tavern. I just try not to think about it. Drink helps with that. As the saying goes, to drink is human, so we drink. Certainly, for 10 denarii.
Okay.
Have you met Livia? She used to do my hair, until one day she just snapped. This place has that effect on people. Now, she just stands around, caked in filth, muttering nonsense to herself. It's a real shame. Now I have to do my own hair. I hear that if Malleolus is elected, he's gonna throw a small festival to celebrate, with entertainment and everything. Can't wait to find out what it is. There used to be a midwife here, Naevia, but this place drove her mad as a maenad. Said she could hear the statues whispering to her. Can you imagine? Fortunately for us, she locked herself in the palace weeks ago and hasn't been seen since. Good riddance, I say. Centilla, the magistrate's youngest daughter, went missing a few weeks ago. Right, how can we trust him to govern us? I heard Dacius has been offering a lot of money for a bone. Of course, Sentius banned all weapons. Have you seen the way Rufius walks around staring at all the statues? He says he's afraid they're going to spring but then, why does he have a collection of them in his room? I hear Galerius has a thing for Equitia, but of course she's a Vestal priestess. If she sleeps with him, the magistrate will have to bury her alive. Why do silly boys always want what they can't have? I hear there are blasphemous cultists walking among us. You know, The ones that lit the fires last year? Some even say they have a secret shrine around here somewhere. I've already told you everything.
Okay.
All right. See.
Cerberus lifts his triple head and lets out his three folds of grey hair.
Next is blue shirt guy, I guess. I could get some monies over here. So what happens if two of the same coin touch each other? Yeah, here he is.
Hey, Virgil, how much would you want to make me a bow?
For the last time, Dacis, I'm not making you a bow.
But why?
You know why.
But how am I going to defend myself against someone else with a weapon?
There are no other weapons in the city. We all went along with the magistrate's weapons ban, so it wouldn't be an issue.
Do you think
That's why
there's
I'm
anything
getting first
preventing,
before someone else beats me to it.
like, besides that cloth there? Maybe.
Ah, a new face. Salve, and welcome to a little community. My name's impossible to pronounce for most people, so you can just call me Virgil. Well, I'm an architect. Or at least I was back in Rome. That's probably too grandiose a term to describe what I do here. Help out with repairs and try to stop old buildings from collapsing on people, that kind of thing. But you probably don't want to hear about the ingenious architecture or mysterious history of this place.
Tell me everything.
Oh, I'm glad you asked. Some of these shrines were constructed hundreds of years ago, which means Romans have been arriving here for at least that long. But there's one thing that puzzles me. The oldest shrine in this avenue isn't Roman at all. It's Greek. Well, yes, that could be the reason. Or it could mean that there were Greeks living and worshipping here before the Romans arrived. Which begs the interesting question, who really built this place? And could it be far older than any of us imagine? If only there was a way we could talk to the people who came here before us. The stories they could tell. Gladly. Personally, my favorite thing about this place is the aqueducts. Those series of adjoining arches. They're an ingenious feat of Roman engineering with a very practical purpose. They take fresh water coming from outside the city and distribute it all across the chasm. It's funneled below the palace and into a cistern beneath the great temple. Some of it flows down into another cistern beneath the villas, and the rest is funneled to the shrine of Proserpina, where it fills the lake and allows us to fish and farm. Hey, not so loud. Just talking about that could anger the gods for all we know. I'm not saying it's impossible, but you'd have to find a way inside somehow. Just, please, try to be a bit more discreet about it.
You know, all this, there's sin, but you don't know exactly what this sin is. It's kind of Christian. I mean, as an ex-Christian person, but it's like, yes, there's definitely things that are sinful, but it's like, well, not all sin, and it's like, you know.
In the great temple? This one's a bit of
And
a
people
mystery.
fight over
Even
what's a
the way
sin.
It's positioned so prominently, looking down on us. It's clear that whoever built it felt it was the most important temple in the city. Unfortunately, someone else went out of their way to keep its purpose a mystery. You see, usually a temple is dedicated to a particular god, like Proserpina or Diana or Apollo. Usually, that god is obvious. But in this case, it's unknown. There's an obelisk out the front, which probably used to bear the name of this unknown god. But it appears some barbarian defaced it. And of course we can't get inside because it's locked up tighter than the Temple of Saturn in Rome. And that contains the treasury. So we're all left wondering, which god is that temple dedicated to? And could it be the one responsible for the golden rule? Unless somebody figures out a way inside, I suppose we'll never know. Of course. You wouldn't believe how often the new ones ask that question. But I'd tell you the same thing I tell everyone else. There are much worse places to live out your days. You might have a few sleepless nights thinking about the golden rule, but once you get used to the fear, knowing that a single slip-up could cost you everything, it's not too bad. Nothing new to me, anyway. Oh, I just mean I grew up in the Batavi tribe, far to the north in Noviomagus, and learned to expect a bit of hostility. They weren't nearly as tolerant as the Romans. Some people say it's divine, the work of a god, but I'm not so sure. It just seems so flawed to me. Like it's distinctly human. I mean, once you've been here long enough, you'll notice people doing things that just seem so wrong to you. But this so-called god doesn't seem to care, which means one of two things. Either you don't know the difference between right and wrong, or this unknown god doesn't. And I'm pretty sure I know the difference. Do you? Good. Then I hope you'll agree that there are only two ways of dealing with unfair rulers. The first is to leave. The second is to remove the ruler from power. And it seems leaving may not be an option. Good question. It's best if I say no more, but I hope you'll give it some thought.
Interesting.
Look, I haven't done anything wrong, if that's what you're thinking. Somebody just has a problem with my preference for male company.
You're in Rome, isn't it?
Hey, nothing gets by you, huh? Sorry, that was mean. Yes, I like men. And when you grow up in the north, as I did, in the city of Noviomagus, you expect a bit of hostility. The Batavi are not known for their tolerance. I saw enough friends killed or driven away to know the cost of not keeping your personal affairs to yourself. So I hid who I was for, what was it, nearly 10 years? Watching what I said and where I looked. But that kind of fear eats away at you slowly, until living isn't any better than the thing you were afraid of. Needless to say, since I'm now living underground, halfway across the known world, with an assumed name, my openness didn't go down well among the enlightened folk of the Batavi. Nice of you to say, but not necessary. In any case, the Romans are far more accepting, and among them, I get to be who I am. Or at least I thought that was the case. It seems I was wrong. It's not just graffiti. I have quite a collection of handwritten notes too. The strange thing is, I keep my personal affairs to myself. I've never really been interested in any of the men here. Not my type. So I'm not sure what I could have done to upset this person.
I was thinking about that.
If I had to guess, I'd say it's probably one of those cultists. Strange bunch. They insist there's only one god, and that he considers my nature a sin. Can you believe that?
Yeah,
if
cunts.
there are any of them here, they won't admit it. Not since they supposedly burnt down half of Rome last year and went into hiding. All I know is, if these threats keep escalating, eventually my secret admirer is going to cross a line and break the golden rule.
Let's try that first.
Who is it?
I can't remember who Rufus is.
You went snooping in his place? That was risky. We're lucky you didn't cross any lines. Have you spoken to him about it? I would talk to him myself, but I think that would just inflame the situation. It's probably best if you do it, if you don't mind. Well, Malleolus is talking about loosening some of the restrictions in this place. And while it's all a bit vague, at least he has a vision. My vote isn't for sale, if that's what you're asking. Nice to talk to you.
It's really... like, what is the restrictions here? It's like a weapon? Like a bow? Okay. So what about getting a bow? Huh. I was kind of wondering about that. Was there anybody else in the city that I can think of? I don't think so, so...
Help! Thank... What?
Stop, right?
Wait, this is different? Empty shrine.
Thank you. For your service to the
I mean, I want that
Empire,
bow.
I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
You'd think he'd look in that place before actually, going in there. I might need to grab that bow right quick, though. Just in case all these guys start, stuff. Do they all have bows, or do they just start generating bows?
Curse you, cultist.
Yoink. So he's a Christian? Wait, why does he have 1 gold coin? Yeah, how do I exit?
You there? I'm sorry to trouble you, but I couldn't help but notice that fine bow you're carrying.
How about you
Now,
fuck
I'm
off?
dear how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's ban. But I'm impressed. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Okay.
Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues? And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested?
I guess.
Look, I might have skimmed over that one, but don't be so pedantic.
Did they
Are you
have that
interested
one
or
in
not?
those days? I thought it was like Germanic.
Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana?
Not really.
No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away. Because the gods would see you, of course. Hence my proposal.
I feel like this is just gonna fuck up.
I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you. When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, do you think he was worried about the danger? Only because he was silly enough to get caught. So, are you in, partner?
I'm in quest.
Wonderful.
Or
Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a layer of gold leaf. This is a quality weapon. Now, bear with me for a moment.
I mean,
And here we are, a gold leaf bow.
okay.
Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Ha, I got it. Oh, cool. It just points me in that direction. Huh. Do I just take it out and use it, or what? So I can't equip it, or can I, actually? Oh, okay. Oh, this seems bad. Oh. Seems like a bad idea.
Is that you, partner? Do you have the bow? Wonderful. Just go ahead and slide it under the door for me and I'll unlock it for you. And yet you did. And now, here we are. With me out here and you in there. Until you give me my bow. No, technically, I never said that. I said, if we were to split all those riches between the two of us, infinite wealth is still infinite. It's hardly my fault if you can't tell the difference between a hypothetical and a promise, now is it? Oh, I do love a good loophole. You're just gonna have to take your chances, I'm afraid. The bow, now. And don't even think about giving me the fake one. I'll recognise my own handiwork. I would reconsider my position quickly if I were you. I'm not sure if you noticed, but you're stuck in there with a hornet's nest, and they can be rather aggressive toward intruders. You know, some say it takes 27 hornet stings to kill a man, but I always wondered how anyone could have known that. Let's find out if they were right, shall we?
Am I supposed to shoot it? Okay. Oh, okay, I guess we go. Hopefully we have enough. Oh, could we go back up there? No. Yeah, why didn't I think of that? I'm not exactly sure what happened to a, if he turns, like, a wasp's nest into gold. I really thought the horror part... Oh. Huh. That's how we get up to things, I guess. Then how did I climb up that other stuff?
My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me. My beloved Galatea, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. My beloved Galatea, I write my beloved Galatea. My beloved Galatea, I write this so that one day, when we're finally together, you will understand what I've done and why I had to do it. The others will call me mad or a monster, but I don't care what they think. Everything I'm doing here, I'm doing for you. I'll start at the beginning. Soon after my arrival here, as I walked down a corridor lined with golden statues, I thought I heard a whisper behind me, a rasp of air, as if vocal cords of metal strained to say a word or two. I tried to dismiss the idea, tried to concentrate on my work as the city's medic, but that tortured whisper haunted me. Weeks later, in the hallway to the bathhouse, I heard it again and found myself drawn to the statue of a Roman woman wearing a stola. Her face was contorted with anguish and fear, and disturbingly, it was as if she was looking right at me. As I walked past her, I heard that strange whisper again, and turning back, I discovered that even though I had moved, she was still looking right into my soul. That was when it dawned on me. This was no statue. This was a woman trapped within that golden prison. Naturally, I told the others, but when I could not reproduce the results of my experiment, they would not believe me. But from that moment on, I knew the full horror of this place. Immobilized within these statues are living human beings. It was that day, my love, that my heart broke.
Okay. That's kind of funny. So why is this place filled with women that might be turning into gout? I wonder why they also only look at you when you turn to look away.
You're not supposed to be here.
It's just funny how quickly they just boop. So, do they die when you do that? Which way is this way? Don't know. Oh. Thank you. Not good. Oh, the algae, duh. It doesn't seem to work so well for them. Kinda reminds me of the bad guys from what's that one game? Carnal Instinct? Oh, right. You had to try. Not sure what the point of that is. Oh, I guess to avoid fighting dudes. Well, I ain't gonna be poor, at least. I have to scratch my finger. There we go.
My beloved Galatea, after I learned the terrible truth about the golden statues, I wandered the city as if in a nightmare. What must life be like for these poor souls, entombed in gold, but kept alive somehow? Trapped in their own personal Tartarus, consigned to eternal torment, too horrific for any sane mind to comprehend. I tried to offer them what small mercies I could. I began to talk to them, to keep them company. I'd imagine backstories for them,
Probably should
give
wait.
them names, and tell them of the world, of the histories and stories I'd learned as a child. As the others became more concerned by my charity, I sought solitude from them, preferring the company of my tormented charges. Discovering a way into the abandoned palace, I began to spend my days walking its halls and sharing with its occupants ancient tales, my mind turning to those of Apollo and Daphne, Perseus and Medusa, and Pygmalion and Galatea. Pygmalion, the sculptor who fell in love with a beautiful statue, and who, praying to Aphrodite for aid, discovered that his beloved Galatea had come to life. It was then that I heard you whisper to me, Galatea. I know that is not your real name, just one I have borrowed from a story. But when I turned to look at you, I saw the most exquisitely beautiful woman I have ever known. Your face, forever frozen in a look of haunting sadness. Our meeting gave me new purpose, to free you from your golden prison, so that I might one day hear you speak, not just whisper your true name to me. So I gathered tools for the long and difficult task ahead, barred the doors to this place, and set to work.
Just in case. Thank you. Yeah. Scratch me face.
Kill us. Make it stop. Make it stop.
And why do you attack me?
Help us. Make it stop. Thank you.
Buddy.
My beloved Galatea, my attempts at freeing these souls from their golden prisons have not been going to plan. My first charge was a Greek woman who I called Iodame after the Athenian turned to stone by Medusa. Drilling through the gold that encased her, I was vindicated by the discovery that beneath half an inch of gold, which is so rigid it must be some kind of alloy, was living flesh. Unfortunately, this golden alloy seems to have fused with her skin, so removing it exposed the sinew and muscle beneath and appeared to cause her great pain. At first, I braced myself, expecting that inflicting such pain would break the golden rule, and yet, somehow, it did not. It seems whichever god is responsible for imprisoning these poor souls does not care about their suffering at all. They are forsaken. Undeterred, I pressed on, working late into the night, attempting to remove the golden layer that encased her as delicately as I could. Eventually, I was able to free most of her body, but when I released her from her restraints, her first act was to lunge for my throat, clawing at me with all her strength and those sharp metal talons. This was my thanks for trying to save her. Whatever possessed Iodame to attack, she was clearly not a suitable subject for my experiment, and I was forced to lock her inside an isolated room of the palace and bar the door. As I continued working on others, I could hear her flailing and launching herself at the other side endlessly. Regrettably, my other experiments bore similar results, and after relocating a few times, most of the palace is now too dangerous to work in. Still, as much as my heart aches to know that you're suffering, I cannot risk attempting to ungild you yet. Not until I have perfected a method that will bring you back to me, whole in both mind and body, and ensuring your humanity. I promise you this, one day we will be together, even if I have to free every last statue in this god's forsaken place.
It is interesting how, I don't know. Maybe they want to start lunging at you, but then, just in case, I don't know.
And you must be the wretched snake who broke into my palace and disturbed my experiments. And, worst of all, look at what you made me do to her. This never would have happened if you just stayed away. You're going to pay for that. And do you think I care about that? I don't care what happens to me, as long as you get what you deserve. Liar! I locked and barred the gate. I left a message warning you all to leave me alone. I just wanted to do my experiments in peace, for her. And now look at her. You made me turn the most beautiful woman I've ever seen into this. Look at her. She's in agony. All I wanted was to spend my last moments with her, to see her beautiful face, to hear her speak freely, instead of in those cryptic whispers. But as soon as I began my work, she stopped whispering to me. And now I discover she started whispering to you instead. What's so special about you?
I'm from the future?
What do you mean, the same voice? Yes. I remember when they used to whisper to me. They did sound similar. I just thought it was because all voices sound the same when they whisper. But now that I think about it, they were all benevolent and seemed to share a common knowledge. But if these bodies are mere conduits for that one voice, then this body is nobody. And everything I've done here was... Wait, I see what you're doing. You're trying to steal her away from me. Were you planning to wait until I'd done all the hard work, then swoop in? Is that it?
I just want to get out of here. I don't know what's... Don't want to be like, no, that's crazy talk.
Liar. You tried to steal her away from me, and now look what you made me do. Give me one good reason why I shouldn't peel you too. What? What are you talking about? Wait. So you're saying you weren't coming for us? So I did all this. I ruined her. For nothing. What have I done? Oh God, I feel sick. I can't bear the thought of her being like this. And in so much pain. It's the air. Coming into contact with her flesh. It's agonizing for them. But the only way to fix it will be to break the golden rule and let it run its course. At least that way she'd be golden again, and we'd be together. All it would take is one little cut. It's too late. There's nothing you can do. I have to do this. I'm sorry.
The bow.
What? How? Really? I'm not sure I believe you.
You've just seen me do it.
But if you can undo this
Maybe not
mess,
just.
I'll give you the key to my old medical chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I imagine it would help Lucretia ease the suffering of those still in the city. But if you're lying to me, I'll break the golden rule and kill you and everyone else in this city. Understood?
Okay. Psych! Ah.
You did it. You took away her pain. I don't know what to say. Thank you, thank you. I swear I will never harm her again. I swear it. I'll stay here to keep her company. But these poor souls, what can be done for them? I've tried everything I can. I fear the only one capable of releasing them properly is whichever god doomed them in the first place. In any case, we must honor our bargain. Here's the key I promised you. It opens a chest in the Shrine of Apollo. I believe there are a few things in there which may be useful to Lucretia.
Cool.
Now, please leave. The door here leads out onto the palace balcony. You should be able to make your way down from there. Go, and never return.
I can't say never return, but yeah. I mean, she ain't looking pretty anymore, but
What? Are you still here?
sorry. It's kind of dark and everything. I tried that this game has loading states. Oh, is that so we can get back all the way up here?
That lamp. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah, it seems like it. So, I think I'm gonna call that one guy an asshole, and then maybe get 1 or 2 things, and then be like, eat. Oh, can I have this out?
Don't you just love springtime?
Guess that's not the shrine. Oh, this is the shrine to Apollo. There's a chest here. Oh, this one? Okay.
What are you doing in here? Can't you see she need... What? Quick, give it here. Yulia, you need to swallow this. Here, let me help you.
I was going to say no, but because I was going to do it some other time, but okay.
Hopefully in a moment she should be able to breathe normally. That was extraordinary. How did you know she needed this exact thing? And at this exact moment? Are you some kind of oracle?
Time traveler.
A what? I'm sorry, I must have misheard you. I think it's your accent, because it sounded like you said, time traveler. But whatever kind of traveler you are, that was like the gods hearing my prayers and intervening. You just saved a person's life, and you should be proud of yourself. She might even be able to thank you herself in a few moments. And maybe she can tell us who poisoned her, and who she meant when she was muttering about that snake's cruel black eyes. In the meantime, I'm happy to help you with whatever it is you need.
I'll be going now.
That's a shame. Thanks again for saving Yulia's life.
Yeah, I've got stuff to do and it's late.
Whatever's in that great temple up there on the bluff, I bet it's worth a fortune. Oh, hello there, partner. I'm glad you're here. I think there might have been some confusion about my little practical joke earlier. You see, my plan was to give you a little fright. You know, like 2 friends joking around at the Saturnalia, and then, surprise, I'd open the door. But when I opened it, you were gone. Partner, there's no need for threats. Yeah, well, I don't have to listen to this. Get lost. Don't even talk to me.
You're an arsehole. Also, do I have that resin again? So I don't need to steal it again. Actually, can I just... Nope. Nothing. Not sure if it's valuables or what. Who am I stealing it from? Oh, so this is the Christians? Doesn't seem very secrety, now does it? I guess next Let's Play we're going to go into the underground caverns. Oh. Is this going to be a thing where... It's kind of funny, it's like, well, that's not illegal. Taking that key or that plaque. I'm wondering if it's going to be a thing where it's like, hey, the Christians, prevented people from eating. Okay, there's one other place to check out. So, was the god, goddess, whatever that we were pissing off was the goddess of the hunt? I'm hoping for something valuable in all this stuff. It's just... there's a lot of it. Yeah. It seems a little lame. It's like, though, that must mean the guy must have had the golden bow at some point. Still there being like, oh, I'm really sad and I want to contemplate suicide, but I was gonna do it at some point, but right now I just don't got it in me. It'd be kind of funny and also convenient if all you had to do to break the golden rule was to blaspheme and just be like, oh fuck it.
49 melodies fetch again. With
Whatever's in that
incessant
great
labour.
temple up there on the
The
bluff,
one they
I
had
bet
lost.
it's worth a fortune.
Name's Rufius.
Was he?
Whatever.
Vote for Malleolus for a back again. All right.
I can't think of anything I want to deal at the moment, so...
Lamp. Not bad. Not at all.
You.
Okay.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
That man can book it. I mean, I feel like I'm athletic, or at least was. But this guy has armor and all that stuff, and it's like, I'm gonna run all the way up here and then immediately do a prayer. That might break something. Though, like, what happens if we were to shoot him with the bow and kill him? Well, that's gonna be the end of this Let's Play. Cool. Still got the bow. So anyways, the end of this one. That was a hecking interesting thing that happened. So, please comment, cause I like comments, tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks, otherwise. If you like my YouTube and would like to see it grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out the videos to help it grow. And please remember to spay new to your animals to help control the pet population. Yeah, for the next Let's Play, we're gonna go into the cistern so that we can check out all that hobo stuff going on. And until next time, let's say me, GamerWolfSix, of the Forgotten City. So thanks and see ya.